So I remember that when the host of that evening came to watch me, and he asked me like, Shai, I'm going to announce you in a couple of minutes. Are you ready for it? I would always say one thing, like, I'm not sure. And he looked at me like he saw water burning. He said, no, listen, Shai, listen. You are here to inspire and motivate other people with your story. So when you get up there, I want you to give it all you got. And don't be afraid. And it's that last sentence that did it for me. When he said to me, don't be afraid. Because the way he said it, don't be afraid, it reminded me of the way my father used to always tell me, don't be afraid. My father always told me, don't be afraid, in the language from the country where he comes from, which is Suriname. And he used to always tell me, son, you no afraid, which translates to don't be afraid. So whenever I had something big coming up, or whenever I had to do something that would push me out of my comfort zone, my father used to always tell me, just tell yourself, you no afraid, I'm not afraid. So that's what I did. And the funny thing is, my father was always a great philosopher, always thinking about life and spirituality and things that are truly important in our lives. And he always tried to imprint these lessons upon me, even from a very, very early age on. Like for instance, we would sit outside in the backyard, we would be playing cards, listening to Bob Marley in the background, and he would shuffle the cards, deal the cards, and right before I was about to grab my piece of the deck, he stopped me. And he looked at me and said, son, do you want to win or do you want to lose? And I was young blood, I was competitive. Whether I was playing cards, playing football, I said, I want to win, duh. And he looked at me and he said, no, son, next time I'll ask you if you want to win or if you want to lose. I want you to answer me that you just simply want to play. Because listen, son, there lies no value in setting and reaching a goal you set for yourself if you don't enjoy the journey of reaching it. The process of reaching something is just as important as the prize of getting it. It's funny, right? Because this was a lesson taught to me just by simply playing cards. But if you truly think about it, it applies to our entire life as well. Because whether you're big, whether you're small, whether you're young, whether you are old, you have no influences whatsoever on the cards life is going to deal you. But the way you play your hand you get, that determines everything. And life dealt me 3 important cards. Card number 1 was the fear of losing someone that I love. And the funny thing, or rather I'd say the ironic thing about fear, is that most of the times we don't realize how strong we are up until the moment we come face to face with these greatest fears. And the fear of losing someone that I love happened to me when I was still a kid of 6 years old. I just finished high school, young guy, high school, was about to go to college. And right before I went to college, I was going on a vacation with my father, my mother, and my sister. And we went to Turkey, to Bodrum, pretty touristic place, but we had an amazing time right there. Like the food was great, the weather was nice, the people were also, they were extremely friendly. And at the last day of our vacation, we decided to do one more fun thing. We decided to go jet skiing. So me and my mom were supposed to go second, and my father and my sister, they went first. And so I had my camera ready, and I was filming them, and I saw them cruising on the water, having fun. And all of a sudden, we heard this loud noise, boom! And what happened is they both crashed with their jet ski against a giant rock sticking out of the water, leaving both of them with life-threatening injuries. And I remember that the moment my father and my sister, when they got dragged out of the water, that is when the second card life dealt me came into play. And that was a post-traumatic stress disorder. Because I saw my once so powerful father sitting down, bent over, with his eye literally hanging out of his eye socket. I saw my once so playful sister laying on a stretcher, completely knocked out with blood gushing out everywhere. And there was complete chaos around us. Like we had people of the jet ski company running around, screaming, yelling in Turkish. We had people of the ambulance running around, yelling, and they were trying to get a little bit of conscience out of my father, out of my sister. And I felt so scared. But even in that moment of scaredness, I just walked upon my father and said, Dad, you no afraid. That is the only noise he made. He grunted. He just did, But the way he did that, I just knew that he was going to fight with everything he had. And nowadays, I can probably say that both my father and my sister, that they survived the accident. My sister's doing great. She's living a happily married life. My brother-in-law. My father, on the other hand, he got wheelchair bound to that accident. But he is still able to enjoy the important things in life, such as his family, his loved ones. But I also got to be honest with you. Because when my father and my sister survived the accident, there are also a lot of people who see the other side of the world. And trust me when I tell you that there is not a single person on this planet who will ever be able to protect you from anything bad happening to you in your life. But the way you handle those situations determines everything. Like I'm only 25 right now. And just because I've been through so much doesn't mean I won't go through anything else. Like I can't even begin telling you how many people came to watch me when I said that I had a dream to become the #1 motivational speaker in Netherlands and then the world. How many people came to watch me like, oh, that's cute, Sean. But wait until you get a full-time job. You won't have the time or the energy left to go after your dreams. So I got myself a job. And I was still grinding. And then they were like, oh, that's cute also, Sean. But wait until you get a family of your own. Wait until you have a household to take care of. Wait until you even have children. Then you won't have the time or energy left to go after your dream. Listen to me very carefully, guys. I got married last year. And last month, my wife gave birth to not just one, but 2 of our beautiful little baby girls. But your boy is still standing here putting in the work. So listen to me, guys. It's about if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to grind for it. And was it easy? Absolutely not. Because when me and my wife, when we heard that we were blessed with 2 baby girls, what should have been a great blessing to hear, turned out also to be an enormous medical journey. Because we were in and out of the hospital every single day. Up until the moment the doctor came to watch us, they were like, listen, we don't know how to tell you this, but we need to hospitalize you in order to keep on monitoring the babies. But we don't have a spot in Rotterdam right now, so we need you to go all the way to Eindhoven. So I remember I was sitting there with my wife, and we were GPS tracking where that other hospital was, and it was like an 1.5-hour drive away. And it just broke our spirit. So my wife, she looked at me, she's like, I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't even want to go that far alone, let alone with these 2 little girls in my belly, and without you all the way there to a different city, with different people, to a different hospital. How are we going to do this? And at that moment, I just felt that same 16-year-old kid inside of me waking up again, who had the guts to walk upon his father and tell him to don't be afraid. And I looked at him, I said, listen, girl, we've invested too much to quit now. We have made too many sacrifices to give up. I stood beside the deathbed of your father, and I promised him that no matter what, I will take care of our family, I will take care of us until the last sad breath of air leaves my lungs. I'm not taking it lightly. What that means is I was driving back and forth to Eindhoven 3 hours a day, every single day. While I had a full-time job, while I was grinding for TEDx, while I had a house to take care of, while I had my wife to take care of. And was it easy? Like I said, absolutely not. But I did not bend, not even for a second. So if you look at me, you ask me, so Shai, what is the third card life dealt you? That was the ability to never give up and to always to keep on raising the bar. So that is our theme tonight, to raise the bar, so no matter what happens. So I challenge every single one of you, when you get out of this building, when you get out of this room, I want you to look every challenge you face right in the eye. I want everyone to repeat with me after this, that whatever challenge you have in front of you, I want you to say, me,